All right, ladies and gentlemen, faculty and students, spouses and their innocents, welcome to the 2012 Economics Faculty Skit. As you know, Bob Margot's first term as chair comes to an end this summer. Faculty have been competing to be the new chair. We come now to April Madness, aka behavioral economics, when the top 4 players from each region compete to be truly mad and crowned chair of economics. Competition has been particularly fierce in the econometrics region. This year, the final 4 includes perennial favorite Pierre Perron. A perennial favorite Mark Reisman, who got here by networking, and Kevin Lang, who insists he would be a theorist if only the people would get their standard errors right. But the real Cinderella player this year is Michael Manon. Who would have thought that the drive for a free lunch and extra hot sauce would take him this far? We're ready for the competition. Who will be the econometrics idol and go on to represent econometrics in the final 4? Gentlemen, what is the most important thing to know about econometrics?
Shit. This question doesn't make any sense. It's just bullshit math.
You should make your model so complicated that nobody can tell whether it's right. Referees don't like papers they can understand.
Nothing. Michael doesn't know anything, and he still tries to make comments in empirical seminars.
That's not true. I go there for the food, and I belch, and the stupid econometricians think it's a comment.
Audience, there you have it. Who is the most idle econometrician? Manoff will represent econometrics in the quarterfinals. Well, who do we have in the final 4 from macroeconomics?
Yes.
Why are there 7 of you?
There's only one of us, and we have to follow the right procedure. We're all representative agents.
I've got the biggest voice. Wow, and besides, we shouldn't only be one region. It's not fair that the rest of the department gets 3 regions and we only got 1. We need someone to represent stochastic processes, dynamic optimal taxation, financial macroeconometrics, quadratic macroeconomics, empirical macroeconomics, public finance macroeconomics.
And how can you teach our 1 student with only 4 representatives?
Legend Christophe, I didn't really macroeconomics, you know?
When I'm president, everyone will be forced to learn generational accounting. That's real macroeconomics. 73% of macroeconomists are just making up numbers.
But Ben will still be the fat chair, and I'll tell him to ignore you.
Ben better watch out. Christophe told me that when Louis XIV was president, he sent the director of the Bank of France to the guillotine for opposing a consumption tax.
As sometimes happens, Larry does not have all the details precisely correct, but I think his essential understanding is correct.
Okay. We can't have heterogeneous agents. It's too complicated. How are we going to choose which macroeconomist makes it to the final four?
Does it require work?
Yes.
And meeting with students?
Yes.
Including master's students?
Yes.
An undergraduate?
Yes.
Well, that makes it easy. If there's work and students involved, François has to do it.
All right, on to the theorists. The four candidates are Albert Ma, Associate Chair, Jawad Noor, Larry Epstein, and Bart Lippman.
You know what, as associate chair, I get to set the rules for this region. After all, I'm the only one of us who knows anything about the real world.
What's that?
Right, you're not restricted to an engineer world.
Whatever. Here's what we'll do. We'll have a contest to see who knows the most about being chair. Question 1. If the PhD students come to you to complain that the first year microtheory courses are too difficult, too hard, what do you do, Jawad? You first.
Are they allowed to do that?
Wrong answer. Larry, your turn.
I would tell them everything is Pareto optimal, so there can't be a problem.
What?
I would say, at least it's not macro.
This could take a little while.
Okay, so if all our answers are wrong, what's the right answer?
Here's the right answer. You just send them to the Director of Graduate Studies.
That explains a lot.
But this approach isn't right. You're asking the questions, so you don't get to compete, so you can't win.
Damn, I thought you were a game theorist. Oh, okay, here's a totally fair approach. The tallest person wins. All in favor? Yes? Yes, all opposed? Democracy wins. Part wins the regional.
All right, now we move on to the applied microgroup, who needs to select their nominee for chair of the illustrious Boston University Department of Economics. The applied microgroup has also chosen to have their candidates answer questions. The first question is for Daniele Passerman. What adjustments in your labor supply would you need to make in order to serve as chair in the department?
My labor supply response? I'll just head back to Israel. Why would anyone want to become chair of this department?
Bob Margo, same question.
Having already served as chair of the department for 3 long years, I know exactly what my labor supply response would be if I became chair again. I would first pull out my hair, chew off the remaining nubs of my fingers, divorce my wife, and then commit suicide.
Next question. Randy Ellis, what changes in the economics department curriculum would you want to make if you became chair?
I would hire 2 more faculty members in health economics and expand the course offerings in health economics to include the economics of health in developing countries, the economics of veterinary medicine, the economics of medical labor, the labor of medical economics, and the medicine of labor economics.
Claudia Olivetti, same question.
Okay, so I will introduce a course in the socioeconomic history of women. This will be a very interdepartmental course that includes and will be taught jointly by faculty from the following departments. Okay, economics, history, political science, anthropology, sociology, biology, chemistry, physics, geography, Italian, always create one.
For each of you, what would you do to improve the economic health of the department?
I would seek out more alumni donations.
More visitors.
I would seek more health economics faculty.
I would seek to commit suicide even faster.
Now that you've all heard each other's answers to the 4 questions, who is your choice to be the next chair of the economics department?
Bob Margo!
Bob Margo.
Anybody but Bob Margo.
There you have it. Bob Margo is the candidate for the Applied Micro Group. Now for the final 4, each of the regional winners will give a speech about why he should be chair. For the economics chap, Michael Manon.
Okay, now I want you guys to vote for me. First of all, I haven't taught graduate students since 2005, so my mind is clear. Secondly, I'm the best of all the econometricians, contrary to popular belief. You know, my grandmother, Mrs. Manova, invented multivariate analysis of variance. You know, she has 20,784 citations. And I'm good at applying what my ancestors invented. I am, for example, using Manova to compare, where's that Manova? To compare the assistant professors, the junior faculty, to the full professors. And of course, I use instruments. I have one instrument in every orifice. And I have found out, without doubt, that the junior faculty are much better than the senior faculty. And so I'm going to make sure none of them get tenure. Who believes in competition nowadays? And also, you know, if you look at people from various fields, I mean, macro, forget it. You know, they've screwed up the whole economy. They're out, right? The economic historians, you know, they don't know anything about today. My instruments prove beyond the reasonable doubt that the theorists have no blood in their veins. I think they're Martians. Okay? And all the econometricians besides me, all of them are good teachers, which disqualifies them completely. So I'm the only one left. I'll get the entire raise pool. I'll be in a good mood, and that means I'll be mean to the rest of you. Thank you.
All right, now we'll hear from the champ of the macro regional, Francois Gureo.
Don't listen to what he said. He just made it up. He has no script. I have one. You should vote for me as chair. Basically, the problem with BU is that it's located in Boston, a city too cold in the winter, too hot in the summer. No interesting soccer games where people speak English. So here are my campaign promises. First, we'll move the department to France, where we can all enjoy the finer things of life. Macroeconomics seminar every single day. They will all be held in French. Of course, Pierre, Peter, Christophe, Kevin, Simon. Lots of people speak French already, including my wife. People who do not work in macroeconomics will be invited to attend training programs, where their skills will be updated. Faculty who do not get along with the changes will be left behind. And we will hire new French-speaking professors, maybe only in macroeconomics. What? Not everyone agreed with me?
All right, next up, the winner of the theory regional, Bart Lipman.
I make 3 pledges about what I would do if I become chair. First, following the example set by certain of my predecessors, I will use my chairmanship to set the stage for my run for the White House in 2016. Following past precedent, If I actually have any accomplishments as chair, my campaign for the presidency will be based on denouncing those accomplishments as socialism. Second, I will expand room 315 to take up the entire wing of the building, including both the 3rd and 4th floors, to turn it into a basketball court. All faculty members will be required to be on the team, with Kenny, where's Kenny? Kenny, Laurent, and I as the front line, the big three. Such an imposing front line, no one will be able to score against us, not even the great scorers. Michael Jordan couldn't score against us. LeBron James couldn't score against us. Even Kaz Sakamoto's scoring We won't need a point guard to distribute the ball, as each faculty member will have his or her own basketball. That way the microeconomists won't have to pass to the macroeconomists. Finally, I hesitate to bring out my most severe threat, my most cherished goal, but you guys asked for it. If I am chair, I promise more skits as lame as this one.
And finally, we hear from the winner of the Empirical Micro-Regional, our current chair, Bob Margot.
I'm told that Randy Ellis thinks I should be chair. Randy thinks a lot of things, like the Patriots will always win the Super Bowl, or that everyone should be a health economist, or that Larry Patlakoff should run for president of the United States. But Randy is wrong. I really should not be chair. Here's why. First and foremost, Norma should be chair. Norma should be chair because she actually was the chair when Larry Kotlikov was supposed to be chair. She did a really good job. Second, my comparative advantage is clearly to play the mandolin and appear on YouTube. Come to think of it, playing music is Javad's comparative advantage too. He shouldn't be chair either. Third, I have a crush on the dean. If I were the chair, I'd spend all my time in her office, and just think of the problems that would cause in the political science department.
All right, faculty, we have to narrow it down to our 2 finalists. Who should they be?
Margot
and Littman.
All right, there we have it. Bob Margot and Bart Lippman are our finalists. For the final step, we have to put together a grueling series of public debates, a pie-eating contest, and arm wrestling.
Here's $20 if you make Lippman the winner.
We have a winner!
The end.
Boy, does he not know how much of an end it is.
Bumpy,